Welcome back to a new video. For those of you who are new to my channel, hi and welcome. And if you're not, hi. I want to welcome you to a new kind of series on this channel, which is a sometimes weekly sketchbook time, chatting about anything and everything. So grab yourself some tea and snacks, or even your sketchbook, and let's get creative. I'm Rambo, and as some of you might clearly hear, I'm a girl from Germany. I'm a half Thai and half German hybrid, as many people ask over and over again why my name is Rambutan. It's my nickname in Thailand since I was a tiny peanut in my mom's tummy. And Rambutan in Thai is pronounced ngo, which is a little bit too difficult for some people to pronounce, so I'm sticking with the all-known name of this fruit, which is Rambutan. I mainly draw in manga style, and I love drawing chubby cats. I usually use Copic and other markers for my art, but I also find it really relaxing to just use water-based art supplies like, of course, watercolor and watercolor pens. So on my channel you will find a little variety of me using different supplies. I'm a big fan of using black ink and ballpoint pens. That's why ink challenges in October, like Witchtober for example, are one of my absolute favorite times every year. Even if I barely find time to finish off any 31-day prompt list, but I'm still happy that it's this magical time of the year again. So let's just dive right into some warm-ups in my sketchbook to enhance our creativity. So I always wanted to do a video of random art blobs. So as I saw some art blob videos from Amazing High Color popping up in my Instagram feed, I felt inspired to finally give it a try for my videos. I made some of those blobs some years ago with very random animals and creatures, but I always thought it's so far away from what you're used to see in my art, so I only published them in the monthly sketchbook PDF collection, which are exclusive for my patrons on Patreon. In case you are interested in seeing more diverse art or even art I don't publish in public, plus early access on my videos and other perks like art prints and a lot more, then please check out my Patreon page and consider becoming part of our Fruits Basket. You can also join our Discord group and chat with us, post your art, get feedback and constructive criticism whenever you need to improve. You can also find references, so you're very welcome to join our Discord group. All information is in the description box down below. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so today's creative pleasure is a really fun thing to do. You take whatever color and paint you like and paint random blobs. You can use markers, ink, you can even make everything just in grayscale, which also sounds pretty fun. So maybe I should try this out this month. What do you think? However, you can also get your friends and family involved by letting them doing these blobs for you. I once did it with friends and they were so fascinated by the colors they used that it almost took me forever to get my sketchbook back. But that's how you get people that usually don't draw suddenly creative. Give them multiple colors to mix and the joy is even bigger. And speaking of multiple colors, it gets even more interesting if you mix up different colors, and sometimes you get already ideas when seeing these abstract forms. So after getting so excited with painting, seeing all those beautiful colors mixing together and having a full page of the wildest blobs, and then the moment that it's your turn to start drawing something in these blobs, you're like, the heck should I make something out of it? I know this feeling. Every time I'm doing this challenge, I'm like... But hey, don't worry too much. Just start with something you feel comfortable with. So like faces, a beautiful girl and so on, or just hair and random strokes. You don't have to make something perfect. So I needed some time to figure out what to draw and where to start. So I left some little snippets for you in this video where you can see some of my little thinking process and even little mistakes that I worked out somehow. So this challenge is not something you should force yourself to rush through. Like with everything that requires your creativity, you should definitely take your time. Look at your blobs and imagine what you're seeing in these blobs. It's kind of similar like looking in the sky and imagine what kind of figures those clouds are forming. Some blobs might not turn out perfectly as expected, but that's not important. It's the creative part that matters. Using your imagination and squeezing out some ideas, being brave and jumping over your fear, or failing or drawing without any pre-sketch. Being spontaneous and just enjoying the creative part and not forcing to be perfect. Do it for yourself. And I know it sounds so weird when I am the one here that shows her works off in public and you think, oh girl, but yours turned out so good and mine doesn't. We all feel insecure, but by jumping over our fears and challenging us, we learn that we are able to do a lot more than we first expected. And these experiences help us to get confident and to grow, no matter if it's in art, sports, or learning any language. So some strokes might look ugly, but then don't stop. Continue and work it out. At least try it, and sometimes you will be so surprised how actually good you did. Oh, and here's the moment it happens. Let me replay this again.
NANI?!
There was even more ink and I just tried to swipe it off so I can continue instead of just getting up and go wash my hands. I just decided to continue and thinking of a solution while doing so. So I decided to turn all the smears into scars, or something like a war paint, if this is the right word for it. I'm sure you will let me know if not. The Art Blob Challenge is one of the most fun things to do to fill your sketchbook, in my opinion. I think this challenge gives a lot of opportunity to try out things you normally don't draw, or if you're sometimes staring at your blank page like me, not knowing where to start, just add some random splashes of color and go. I think this idea is brilliant. Because this gets you started, and after that it gets easier to continue. Sometimes blank pages can be scary. But, well, scary might not be the right word. It's kind of overwhelming, I would say. However, with those challenges, especially any kind of sketchbook art, it's not meant to have any page filled perfectly with planned out art. Sometimes things just happen. Things will look off, but remember, when it comes to sketchbooks, you are allowed to fail and to draw ugly, different, and not perfect at all. Your sketchbook is your personal space to do whatever you like. I mean, where else should we collect our ideas and experiments? And just find the place to improve and to practice. So let's just use this opportunity to get creative no matter what. I know we all struggle, especially when it comes to get out of our comfort zones. I also struggle a lot. I mean, really a lot. But trying to challenge ourselves with something we normally don't do is sometimes really important, I think. I only think that any little difference that gets us out of our comfort zones is already great. It doesn't always have to be a complete change of styles or of materials. Little steps are bringing us more forward than forcing and expecting big changes from us. Like from drawing just a manga style, cute and chibi-like, to pure realistic art. This is not what getting out of comfort zones really means. Sometimes a comfort zone is a place where we feel stuck. Sometimes we feel stuck in our art or feel very much uninspired, like we are caged in our limits. It's where the need of breaking out of this comfort zone bubble starts. I'm really no fan of going to people and say, hey, you always draw the same stuff, get out of your comfort zone. How's this helpful when someone really feels good in his zone and has not the feeling that this is limiting his own improvement? It's not helpful to force people to get out. Challenging to get out of the zone from time to time is okay, but it's not okay to force people. I think everybody has its own speed and needs to go and explore outside of his bubble. In my opinion, the need often starts when we start getting oversaturated and somehow frustrated with our art. Then it's often the time to explore some other creative things to give us new input and new inspiration. And for those little trips outside of our comfort zones, those challenges are perfect. And maybe it inspires some people to make a whole journey outside of their comfort zones. I think this is why I wanted to start these sketchbook videos, to do something for myself, getting more active, and sharing my experience with you. Also showing that not everything is perfect and without any struggle right from the start. Maybe it's even a little help for some of you, I don't know. I often draw far different things in my sketchbook than the art I'm showing on social media, so it could be interesting at least. So I'd like to invite you to join me on my journey and let's just see what will happen. So the final blob is honestly my personal favorite. Without wanting to sound like, ooh, look at me, how good I am, I was really surprised by myself to draw this kind of bird-like dinosaur creature. Because how often do you see me doing this? And this is what I meant earlier. Let yourself surprise you by being brave. Just jump in and see what will happen. You are able to do way more than you think. To be honest, at the beginning I was so nervous and insecure. You can clearly see how careful I was. If it looks like it was easy peasy to me, it's just the editing. I was really not okay with the first blob, but I just continued. Not trying to let myself get down just because of one little drawing. It doesn't matter. In the end, I had some ideas to work on it and gave it a try with the help of white ink, and it worked for me. Even when I was thrilled the whole time and thought, oh my god, why are you doing this? You should just have stopped and ignored it. But I guess the moment I smeared the ink was the moment I started to draw more loose and don't care that much anymore to make everything looks great or just something I feel halfway confident to draw, which really is holding me back to release the Kraken, and this is something I want to work at more in order for me to grow. So, however, in the end, I was pretty much happy with the result. And after finishing the first two blobs, I really felt relaxed, and it wasn't like I don't care, but I was relaxed and I didn't felt any pressure to make everything looks like perfect. If you're practicing, it's not always about being perfect. Sometimes it's just about getting another mindset to train your brain to be open-minded and to accept making mistakes and to work them out. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you would like to see more sketchbook sessions in the future. It would be so great if you would let me know your opinion in the comments. Also, I'd like to challenge you to join the Artblob challenge. You can tag me on Instagram or use the hashtag HelloRambu and I will make sure to share your art blobs in my stories. If you have any requests for upcoming topics to talk about where you would like to have my opinion or seeing me doing any kind of other challenges and art, just let me know it as well in the comments down below. Please consider supporting my art on Patreon. Also check out my Etsy shop for prints and original art. The newest volume of sketches and illustrations, so my little sketch and illustrations art book. It's still available on Etsy, but I'm kind of running out of art books at the moment, so make sure to grab one if you don't have already. And of course, don't forget to join our Discord group. I will hopefully see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. And like always, stay creative. Bye bye!